which is an X control text area. So text area basically used for the multi-line text. Normal text boxes allows to type only one line. Text area allows to type more than one line. The data we can enter in more than one line. Data we can enter in more than one line. And it's a page tag and inline tag. Text area is the page tag and moreover inline tag. Initially, text area created with the size of the 2 by 20. Initial size, initial measurement of the text area control is 2 rows. So in each row, 20 columns it is allows the default size. Then we can change to any other size, no problem. Opening and this is closing. Text area opens and text area closes. ID names use all our routine operations. So multi-line text box. Demo multi-line text. That is called as text area. That is called as text area. You can type in 2 lines. If I want to type the more lines, no problem. You can continue. Automatically scroll bars are activated. If you type the more than 1 line, automatically scroll bars are activated. There is not a problem. Initially or at a time, we are able to see 2 lines, and in every line it is displaying the 20 characters. That is the default size. So one of the situation to use the text areas is comments. If you want to type comments in our websites, generally we are using this text area. One of the scenario to use the text box, text areas. It's another situation or another scenario to use the text boxes. Some feedback. Next, I'm setting my own size also here for text box. So how to serve? Further, we have an options and rows and columns. Rows and columns of 2 attributes are available. You can set your interested size. Rows equals to 5 and columns equals to your choice, some 25. Now text box is created initially with the 25 lines or 5 lines. In every line 25 characters it is allows. Created with 5 lines and in every line 25 characters it is allows. 5 lines it will use. What about the 6th line, sir? Scroll bar. From 6th line onwards, we will get to the scroll bar automatically here. Next, one more. Some instructions, delivery instructions or food preparation instructions like that. In our websites, we are using the delivery instructions or food preparation instructions, something like that. This is TA3, TA3, and I need rows, 3 rows only, and I need columns, 100 columns, 3 rows and 100 columns. And some of the websites, when you are observed, while typing of the comments, while giving the feedback or instructions, we have the data limit also. The data limit, they're clearly mentioning max characters. They're clearly specifying that max characters count. You can type maximum 250 characters, or you can type maximum 100 characters. They're clearly giving that instruction. Maybe not available. We said not available. Then how to set that max length, sir? Now we know already max length property that we are using here. Max length equals to 2. So here we can type the data like this. How many it is allows, sir? Maximum 250 characters allows. After that, sir, it stops the typing. After that, it stops this typing. Over. It doesn't accept the typing. See that I'm typing here, but still I'm typing, but system not showing. Reason we already exceeded the max limit. We already reached the max limit. So that's why it's not allowed to type the data. So these are the text area specialization multi-line text box. It actually, as per our programming, this size we got it, sir. As per our programming, we got this size. Right? Users, they are interested, they can increase the size. If users, they are interested, they can increase the size and they can reduce the size. Also, in bottom right corner, if you observe, bottom right corner, have some slash slope lines. Hold the mouse pointer in that slope line, and you can adjust as per your size. User own size also possible. Programmer, they given one size, but user, they can go for their own size. Drag and drop supporting. Drag and drop feature available, so that is supporting. The next tag is the select tag. So what is the use of the select tag, sir? Select tag basically used for the drop down boxes. Drop down, also called as combo box. So if you want to create any drop down box, nothing but a combo box, we can use for this tag select. And drop down box is also very famous in our websites there, especially in application registrations process. We have these drop down boxes. In the registration process, we have these drop down boxes. You want to see the drop down box? We go Go to Facebook, create account. This is drop down box. This is drop down box. This is also drop down box. Total 3 drop down boxes are available. First drop down box for date selection. Second drop down box for month selection. Third drop down box for year selection. This is date control, sir. Date control yesterday no day before yesterday no we created. Like as that one, that is date control. This is not date control. This is 3 combo boxes. These selected tags are 3 combo boxes. All these are the 3 combo boxes. So I want to create the same type of control, sir. Yes, we have the selected tag available. So it's a paid tag and moreover inline tag. Select is the paid tag. At the same time, it is inline tag. So basic syntax is this one. Select tag is open, select tag is closed. It is creating the combo box, a box creating. In that box, we want to display some items, sir. Yes, we want to display some items in that box. So how, sir? For that, we have a separate tag. It's called as option tag. For that, we have a separate tag. It's called as option tag. So option tag used for adding items to drop-down box. Option tag used for adding items to drop-down box. This is creating the empty drop-down box. In that empty drop-down box, this is placing items. How many times this tag repeated, sir? How many items you want to add it? That number of times you should repeat this tag. How many items you want to add it? That number of times you should repeat this tag. So ID equals to T type means training type. ID equals to T type, that is called as training type. Name equals to also same thing, T type, training type. Or student enrollment form. Naresh IT website student enrollment form is there. In the 2 combo boxes are available. One is which type of training you require. Second one is which course you require. Which type of training you require and which course you require. That I am going to designing here. Naresh IT website available. Student enrollment form or student inquiry form. Student enrollment or student inquiry. Here we have this. These two I am going to creating now. These two I am going to creating now. Only 2, not entire screen, only 2. These 2. So the first ones are classroom training. This is first option. Second option, online training. Third option, weekend training. Fourth option, project training. Fifth option, internship. So total 5 options we given here. A combo box is created. That combo box consists of total 5 options. That combo box it consists of total 5 options. Above this, we are providing a small label here, mode of training. This label I want to provide it. Mode of training. So form tags are, yes, form tag also I'm creating a submission. Form action equals to register.php. Form tag also available. Form action equals to register.php and form tag is closed. Here we need the submit button. This is the another way to create the submit button, that is the button tag. Submit. This is the one more step. Input type equals to submit we use in a couple of so many cases. Instead of that input type equals to submit, we can also create like this. Both are same meaning, no problem. This is drop-down bars. So which course you require, just select that course and click on submit. Which course you require, select on that one, just click on the submit. It's sending to server data. So by default, always the first item only selected, sir, by default. By default, always the first item only is selected by default. Can I change that one, sir? Yes, sir. We have some attributes for separately that one. Attribute available. It's one more label. This time I'm asking course. Next select ID equals to course. Name equals to course. Select tag is close. Once again, two options. List out all the courses. List out all courses. So like that some of courses I added that, not all courses, some courses only I placed here. We have like this so many courses also. Now the second one is also ready. You can go and check. So mode of training, I need online training. Which course you required? Some Spring required. And click on submit. Both values are submitting to server like this. I need some weekend training and I need some full stack web development. Submit. And this data is sending to server directly like this. So program executed successfully. Now the small problem here. Type equals to this type of training. Which type of training you required? Weekend training. Okay. Which course you required? Full stack web developer. Observe here, the problem is what are the data you selected? The total data it is sending to the server. Total data. Instead of total data, can we send some shortcuts, sir? Yes. For that value option available, like as our checkboxes, radio buttons, so value option we use. The same type of value option is available. For users purpose, it is displaying one data, but internally programming purpose, it is using some different value. Internal programming purpose, it is using different value. Possible answer. Yes, for every option value we have to add it. Here submit button name we are not specified. Then only it's not sending the submit button. Otherwise that also it will comes. So name equals to something SB and value equals to submit. Now all three values are ready to us. Classroom training, stack, submit. This is the process. So lengthy data sending like this. Instead of this lengthy data, can you go for the shortcut values as well? 100% possible. That is also I'm going to show you. So here this is without value attribute. Without value attribute. URL like this. The value attributes are this URL length we can reduce it. So what to do, sir? Go to every option tag, take the value, and write the shortcuts. Shortcut, symbolic representation. Instead of class training, I'll go for the shortcut CT, sir. What is the difference, sir? This is users and this is programmer. Users, it is displaying the classroom training, but programmer internally using the CT. Like that, the same thing for all. Value equals to OD. Value equals to VT. Value equals to PT. Value equals to internship. Like that for all these courses also, sir. Value equals to C. Value equals to C++. Value equals to core Java. You can take the CJ. Value equals to AJ, advanced Java. Value equals to Java full stack, Java FS. Value equals to ASP. Value equals to C#. Value equals to NEC. Value equals to SPR. You can go for shortcuts. It's a small value only. No? Value equals to Python. Value equals to HTML, JavaScript, HJS. Value equals to UIT, UI technologies. Value equals to full stack web. Value equals to ANG, Angular. Value equals to React. value equals to node, value equals to PHP, value equals to warrior, value equals to MySQL, value equals to Mongo, value equals to XML. This is now run the same program. Yes, classroom training, full stack web development. Submit. Now we'll get the data like this. It is what? Look like as this. Even the server also it's sending in the same format. So without value attribute, your query string is like this. With value attribute, query string is like this. So what happens, sir? The length of query string reducing. Length of query string is reducing. Right now, length reducing in the sense data size also reducing. Data size also reducing. That is the benefit. Programmer, they can understand these shortcuts as the shortcuts prepared by the programmer. He is unable to understand, sir. Waste. No use to design the programs. So these are the combo boxes creation options I am showing. So every time when you are opening the page, in both combo boxes, already some items are selected. Means some options are selected. Which options are? Classroom training, the first option. Here, sir, C, first option. I want to select my particular option, sir. For that, we have an attribute, selected attribute. For example, HTML is our course. This I want to select by default, sir. No HTML course is selecting by default. First one, default one only, classroom training. Second one, what you give it, that one is selected. So when you are opening the page, always here classroom selected. In second case, HTML, JavaScript is selected. On the same option we can use in first also, there is no problem. So this is combo box designing process. This is combo box designing process.
Sir, for every option tag, we want to specify, for example, date is there, no, sir?
Huh?
Hello. For example, year is there, no, sir? Year. For every year, we want to specify option tag, sir. For every
compulsory.
Okay.
Compulsory, sir.
100 years are there. For we want
1,000 years also we can write 1,000 times.
There is no shortcut.
JavaScript you are using. JavaScript you are using for loop.
Huh?
JavaScript you are using for loop, sir. For loop యూజ్ చేసి రేంజ్ రాసుకుని సరిపోద్ది.
వాల్యూ ఎలా అసైన్ చేస్తారు జావాస్క్రిప్ట్ లో? వాల్యూ
రాయలేము సార్.
రాయలేరా? మరి ఇంకప్పుడు క్రియేట్ చేసి దేనికి ఉపయోగం ఏంటి? క్రియేట్ చేసి వాల్యూ రాయలేనప్పుడు క్రియేట్ చేసి ఉపయోగం ఏంటంటే
సార్ అనదర్ డౌట్ సార్, ఫర్ సబ్మిట్ బటన్
ఇయర్ ఉంది, ఇక్కడ ఆల్రెడీ 120 years ఉన్నాయి. Facebook already they created 120 years right now. You see the view source. What they did? 120 time option tag they designed or not? Did
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir. Option value also paired. Okay, thank you.
120 times we have option tag. See that one in Facebook. Select a tag. They given something options also. After that they started like
hello sir,
value 2021 they started and going. 1905 they ended.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, sometimes when we move the cursor on that list, directly the list is happening without clicking on that list. So how it come?
Sorry.
When we move the cursor on that option list, directly the list is happening without clicking on that list. So how it is come?
List two, it's not opening automatically. Menus are opens. Combo box is not opens.
Okay.
Are you seen anywhere? In any website are you observed?
Sometimes I observe, but I don't remember it
Website.
now.
No, the drop down will not open
Directly
automatically.
drop down will come.
Will not open drop down directly.
So this is opens. Now here some headings now. When you just place the mouse pointer here, we'll get the submenu like this. So if you place the cursor on the software training, sir, we got like this. If you place the cursor on services, sir, we got like this. If you place the cursor on online library, sir, this. But these are not drop-down boxes. These are the menus or navigation bar. All these are the navigations,
Okay.
and moreover, these are the hyperlinks, anchor tags.
Okay.
What you are watching, this everything is anchor tag. When anchor tag H over option is there now, that H over option is displayed. Whenever you place the cursor on the main anchor tag, we'll get the bottom sub anchor tags. All these. It's not drop down box. Maybe you observed like this. Same thing available in our Flipkart and same thing available in our Amazon also. Combo boxes say that generally it's not open. Because see, you're one of the biggest website in world, Facebook now. Right here, what happens? I'm placing cursor. Only title comes. A day is what is the day, sir? It's a title. We know already title, but nothing is going to open. Clicking compulsory. Facebook, it's not an ordinary website, na? And Facebook is also not ordinary company, na? So they are also not interested to create like that. Means in general, it's not right thing. The menu say the right thing. Without clicking, if you open automatically. But combo boxes, it's not right thing. Even if you go for IRCTC also, India is one of the biggest website IRCTC. Here also we have combo boxes, but this is extra code also available. Here I just clicked that one. Then only we got that list. Without clicking, I no chance to get there. See that? Just placing the cursor. Nothing is comes now. I'm clicking. Then only it is coming. Here also I'm clicking. Then only it is coming. It's also combo boxes. This is also combo box. These are the check boxes. Recently we discussed.
Sir, can we select two options at a time?
Generally, combo box not allowed to select the multiple options. If you apply the multiple options, shape changing, control shape changing. Option available, but control shape changing. It doesn't appear like this. Another shape is comes. Like as yesterday's files concept, multiple option available. The same multiple option here also we can use. For example, courses, multiple. Allowed to select the multiple courses. Automatically your shape is also changed. This is actual combo box on now, but it's displaying in the different shape. Now you can select how many courses you require. 3 courses I selected. 3 courses I selected. All the 3 courses names are sending to the server. How, like a checkboxes explanation. Checkboxes, when you select the multiple checkboxes, how it is sending that all the data. In the same format it is sent. You see that. course equals to C++, course equals to CJ, course equals to advanced Java. Course, same as to checkboxes concept. Any number of you can select it. But shape change. I need this shape, sir. But I want to select multiple options, sir. Directly it's not possible, sir. We have to implement our own coding. We don't have any direct option for that. Without changing the shape, I need multiple options. Directly, there is no tag for that one. Compulsory, our own documentation is required. Shape change it also, it is okay, sir. I can adjust it, sir. Then this you can do. I need some random selection. ASP.NET, ASP.NET MVC, and Angular. 3 courses I selected. Random positions. No problem. Attribute is called as multiple. Even I think yesterday only we used this attribute for multiple file selection process. These are the combo box creation options. You have selected multiple value options. With value or without value, your choice here. But a HTML5 onwards, everybody creating with value optional. Reasons are actually this value old version is not available. This value attribute is not available in old versions. What are the data displaying here? The same data as easily sending to the server. So we can't reduce the data size or quantity. But a HTML5 onwards, they provided this special feature. An option tag also we can implement the value like as our buttons values, checkboxes values, text boxes values. These are the combo boxes values. For user appearance, this is displaying, but internally program using the shortcuts. Next one, I'm showing output tag. Next one is output tag. So from this tag onwards, we have some specializations, sir. So what is that, sir? HTML5 version tags we started. From output to upcoming all concepts, what we are going to using. These are the HTML5 release tags. First to HTML5 release tag, we started official output. Previously, I already explained some of the HTML5 tags. Head is also HTML5 release tag. Body also HTML5 release tag. Foot also HTML5 release tags only. These tags we already completed. Now the one more tag comes, that is output. So what is the use of output, sir? Output basically used to display dynamical data. Dynamical in the sense that JavaScript is executing. JavaScript is a program, right now. So JavaScript internally, some program, the code is executing. Whenever the code executed, sir, in generally they produce some data also. That data I want to display on my web page, sir. The best option and specially designed tag is output tag. Purpose, sir. Observe the tag name, we have full clarity. Output. Displaying of output. Output who produces generally programming. Outputs are generated by the programming. Outputs are displayed by the output tag. So we are executing some JavaScript. JavaScript is code internally executed, and that code generated some values or data. That data I want to display on the top of my web page. For that, we are using a specially designed tag outputs. It's a paid tag and it's an inline tag. Output is a paid tag and output is a inline tag. Paid plus inline. Can we display the static data also, no, sir? 100%, no problem. But specialization is dynamic values. This is output. It's ready. It's printing the data, no problem. Hello. You said dynamic, sir. My specialization dynamic, but we can also use for the static. My specialization is dynamic, but you can also use for static. Next output, followed by output. What is this, sir? Blank output. It's a blank output tag. Without data, why we created the output tag, sir? In the future, JavaScript is filling this gap. We created an empty output tag. It's not displaying because data not available. Tag is generated. Tag created 100%. This tag is fulfilled by some data. The data is coming from JavaScript. This tag is fulfilled by the JavaScript code. So initially we are creating empty tags. That empty tags are fulfilled by the JavaScript. That empty tag is fulfilled by the JavaScript. Now exactly utilization I'll show it. You just rough uses. These are the rough uses. I'll show the exact utilization. I'm creating a button here. On click event attribute available, that because JavaScript execution required. So whenever you click on the button, then the JavaScript is going to execute it. Here we need some JavaScript. Button headings are click here or apply, whatever it may be. Click here. Button close. What to do, sir? If I click on this button, our user clicked on this button. We want to display some data here. This here. Possible, sir? Yes. How, sir? First ID required. ID required first. Why ID, sir? For beginning of HTML, I'm saying, sir, if you want to implement the JavaScript and HTML components, ID compulsory. Without ID, the JavaScript implementation not possible. Not now. Lot of times I said this before. And every day I'm using the ID also for the same purpose. So output tag, some ID required. What is ID, sir? Your interest, we can take any ID, X, A, B, C, D, I, J, K, L, M, 1, 8, whatever it may be. So how to assign the value to this one, sir? By using this ID tag only. X dot value is output tag dot value equals to. I'll write some message here. So button click here. Button click. This is my JavaScript simple step. This should be developed here. So whenever I click on this button, this event is triggering. Whenever I click on this button, this event is triggering. And whenever the event is triggered, they assign some data to X. Who is that X, sir? X is an identifier of the output tag. X is an identifier of the output tag. So X identifier dot value equals to this one. This is first output tag, this is button. Between these two gap, second output tag is there. With this gap, a space, blue color available in that place. Second output tag is available, but it's a blank tag. Now if you click on this button, sir, see that. Again refresh, click on the button, clicked. So this is generally displaying the dynamic data means. Next, you want to know some more effectively. I'll show the one more thing also here. I'm taking some horizontal row. That is finished up to that. I'm creating some range control. I'm creating some range control. Range control. Also, input type equals to range. Type equals to range. This is range control. And ID, those are the things your interest. ID is 1. Name is also R1. Now here it creates the range control with the default values. Here it creates the range control with the default values. So what are the default values are? Default values are here. Minimum value is 1. Minimum is 1. Maximum value is 100. Current value is 50. Minimum is 1. Maximum is 1. Current indicator available in range control. The indicator where it is staying is this is 50. Current value is 50. With all these properties, a range control is created here. You can see this is range control. So this is range control. Indicator available in circle. This is called as indicator. Where it is exactly in the middle of the range control. That is nothing but 50. Minimum value how much, sir? 1. Range control available here, that is 1. Here it is available 100. Based on this distance, some data value is changing interval. Data exactly we know where is that one. But we can write the program. This is range control. Next, I am creating one more range control here with my own values. My own values. ID equals to R2, name equals to R2. What is the minimum value, sir? Minimum value 1, R100, R1000, minimum value 1000. What is the maximum value, sir? 15,000. Suppose maximum value is 15,000. And where you want to set the cursor indicator initially, sir? By default, it comes in the middle, but middle I'm not interested. I want to set in the different position. So control equals to 1500. 1500 control position. And what is the width of the range control, sir? Size will get the same size only. Size same size, but value different. This is 1. This is 1000. This is 100. This is 15,000. The 100 to 15,000 both displaying in the same size, sir. You have any problem? Change the width. Width option available by using width. We can change. Width equals to 200 pixels. Now we'll get the some big size. What is this value, sir? 1000. What is this value, sir? 15,000. Balance values between the 1000 to 15,000. While filtering of the products based on the price wise. While filtering of the products based on the price wise, we have this range control, sir. And click on to next to Red Bus, Abibus, Amazon, if Paytm, in all these cases, we have this type of range controls. Filtering the products based on the price. This is price only. Minimum price 1,000 rupees, maximum price 15,000 rupees. It's a purely price. You can set the label also. Select the amount or select the price. And filtering based on the price. Filtering based on the price. Simple thing. Why you suddenly designed this one, sir? Output tag is required here. When I'm selecting this one, if I want to see the amount, I selected here. What is that amount? 8,000 or 9,000? No idea. So that's the amount I want to display end of this control. I want to display that amount end of this control. Dynamically again. Because when you change that indicator, then only we want to display the amount. we are not changing that indicator, we can't print anything. So dynamical displaying output required. This is ID required. ID, sir. Your interest, we can take anything. RNG, range I'm taking. Initially, this is all. I want to display that values with the different styles, sir. Apply the CSS settings. I want to display that values in different styles, sir. Apply the CSS settings. Style followed by color equals to something header. Font size equals to your choice in balance things. So output tag ready. Where is the JavaScript, sir? JavaScript we should implement on this one only. Range controller, we have to implement the JavaScript also. What is the event, sir? On change. On click, yes, sir. On click, no. On change. Because here, this is we are clicking. On this button, we are clicking. But here we are changing the position. It is not click. We are changing the position. We are changing the position. So that's why I'm going to using the on click. So I'm going to use it, sorry, on change. On change is not interested. Mouse drag is also available. We are dragging now like this. A dragging case also we can. Okay, drag not required. On change. Another option, drag is also possible. Another option, drag is also possible. But right now I'm using on change. Equals to some JavaScript code is required. What is that, sir? First, collect the value from the range control. Very first, collect the value from the range control. My range control ID is R2. R2 dot value. To get the current value of second range control. Get the current value of second range control. And assign this one to my output tag. Assign that one to my output tag. So we are collecting the data from one input control and assigns to the one output control. This is very, very simple. That's all over. What happens, sir? Whenever you change the indicator, that indicator value immediately displaying opposite of your range control. Last 15,000 I already said. Starting with 1,000, see that. This is matter. So this is output tag specialization, displaying the dynamic data. Here two controls we covered, range control we covered and output control also covered. My focus output to range subcontrol. Balance things we'll see in next session on Monday. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello,
Yes.
sir. Can you send me the resume sample on my email address?
Okay.
I have sent my email address. Please check it out.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sir, JavaScript ఎప్పుడు మొదలు పెడతారు? JavaScript ఎప్పుడు మొదలు పెడతారు?
That is in our CSS.
After CSS.
After CSS.
So CSS also you are going to be explained in detail like HTML?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
In like a grid and flex also. They are going to explain Flexbox and grid also, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I have a doubt on 29th example, sir. Means we created a Facebook page, no, sir. On that create new button, we have displayed hand like cursor. I want, sir. How it will possible, sir? How?
Pointer. You have to set pointer.
Hand like
Cursor
cursor, sir. On button. login button
That
we
is
have.
default setting, sir. That is not only in that program. In every example, it comes automatically. Na?
No, sir. Button I want hand like cursor, sir. Hand like means hyperlink.
Change the cursor.
Yes, sir.
Cursor attribute available. Cursor colon. Which type of cursor you require? Write the cursor name. CSS attribute available. Cursor. Go to the style option. Cursor colon.
Yes, sir. I want hand like cursor, sir. Means hyperlink we displayed hand like cursor, no, sir.
That is only, sir. I'm saying cursor attribute use here.
Okay, sir. Cursor colon. What? Sir?
Cursor colon. Which type of cursor you require? Write the cursor name.
Okay, sir.
And H over, timer, arrow pointer. We have different cursors now in Windows operating system. Those are all the cursors we can use. How many cursors available? If you want to check it, first go to the Windows operating system.
Okay.
This operating system, some regional settings, so mouse settings, so somewhere available. Na?
Okay.
Mouse settings. Here we have some cursor settings also, I think. So these are the pointers. Observe na?
Oh, yes, sir. Observe.
These names, there we have to type it. What Windows OS is supporting, that cursors we can use. Other cursors not supported again. So these are the different types of cursors.
Yeah. Okay.
Attribute name is cursor colon busy. Cursor colon text selected. Cursor colon help. Cursor colon working. If you write like that, the corresponding symbol will get it.
Yeah. Okay.